Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. Today, we're talking about how good deals surface. We tend to think of most investors as rational beings who think through each situation and look for the best economic solution for a given investment. But if that were true, there would be very few good deals on the market. There's got to be something else at play. The root cause of good deals, in my opinion, is a human emotion called pain. There's two types of pain. There's acute pain. This is the kind of pain that results, say, when you hit your thumb with a hammer by accident. In that moment, the throbbing pain in your thumb is all you can think about. Your child might be asking for an ice cream cone. They're not going to get your attention. The phone might be ringing. That won't get your attention either. Your entire world is your thumb. That is acute pain. The second kind of pain is chronic pain. This is when you have a pebble in your shoe. It's annoying. You might limp a little or rotate your ankle a certain way to avoid it, but it's not enough to consume you, and it's certainly not bad enough to get your attention or your focused attention. Chronic pain is not enough to cause people to take action. So what does this have to do with real estate? One of the fundamental human needs is for certainty. If a human is experiencing financial stress, they're probably experiencing uncertainty along with it. They might be able to pay the bills this week, but what about next month? What if there's an emergency? Will they have the funds to cope with an emergency, even a small one? That feeds directly into their decision-making process. Let's look at a purely fictitious example. Let's say Fred owns a couple of rental properties. His wife is undergoing medical tests and may have to take an extended medical leave of absence depending on the outcome of those tests. He has a decent amount of equity in the rental properties, but they have not been producing a lot of cash flow. In fact, sometimes it's a little negative cash flow. In fact, in the past couple of months, he had to replace a water heater in one home and the air conditioner in another. Then, Fred gets the news that a tenant is going to be moving out. That's going to mean spending more money on paint, cleaning, carpet replacement, and dealing with at least 1 month of vacancy. Fred is feeling financial stress. He's feeling acute pain. Fred decides he's going to sell one of the homes. Now, we think that investors make rational decisions that are based on maximizing investment returns. But in Fred's case, his return on investment isn't even on his radar. His overriding concern is bringing certainty to his situation. That's more important to him at the moment than maximizing his return. He's experiencing acute emotional pain. Now, that pain isn't real. The origin of that pain is his own mind. He doesn't know what's going to happen. His wife might be fine. He might find a tenant quickly who's looking just for that perfect home in a great location. But Fred is consumed with fear. His mind is projecting into the future all the things that could go wrong, and he's experiencing them very vividly as if they were happening right now. Fred probably won't even evaluate a spectrum of solutions to his financial predicament. He could refinance one of the properties, but he doesn't know how much more equity he can pull from the property. He's pretty sure he can get some, but will it be enough? He's likely to pick the first solution that will restore financial certainty to his life. I repeat, he's not looking for the best solution. He's simply looking for the first solution that will restore certainty to his life. And that's how a large number of financial decisions get made. So Fred decides he's going to sell. The marketplace is full of vultures waiting to pounce all over guys like Fred and take advantage of them. They'll play mind games with them and further exploit Fred's fragile emotional state in order to get a lower purchase price. Fred is what the vultures call a motivated seller. Now, let's be clear. I don't want any of our listeners to be one of those vultures. At the same time, we don't control the seller's thought process. They've decided that a quick sale is the best path to restoring certainty, and that's of paramount importance to them. If you're the buyer, you can help solve their problem. You might be willing to waive conditions, and you might accept a shorter due diligence process. But in exchange for the additional risk that you're taking on, you're also looking for a modest reduction in price. That's completely fair, and you are being fair with the seller. You're taking on additional risk. People are not always efficient when it comes to making the best investment decisions. There can be other factors in play that cloud the investment decision-making process, and that's why good deals appear on the market. In an economic downturn, or in cases where an owner is highly leveraged, these situations become much more common. Make sure you're sitting on some cash and have the ability, number one, to maintain financial certainty for yourself, but number two, also have the ability to restore financial certainty for someone else should they need it. Have an awesome rest of your day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.